Hey there, Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for all-in-one concrete in Denver, Colorado. In this free SEO website audit provided by G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things that you can do to get all-in-one concrete in front of the people that are searching for concrete services in the Denver metro area. Like I said to Luke on the phone, I don't expect anything in return for this video. Small business, family-owned businesses like yours are just the reason that I wake up in the morning. I really am passionate about it. I watched my mom struggle to run a business when I was a kid, and so now I have this knowledge that I'm able to provide to people. So these videos, I just make them for free to do some good in the world. So please enjoy it. Take it for what it is, and I would love to hear from you whether it was helpful or whether you understood it when it was clear. So let's jump right in. I'm just going to do the best to throw a bunch of knowledge at you in as short amount of time as possible. Feel free to stop the video or rewind however many times you need to. Okay, so the first thing that I always look for on a website when I audit it is a big click to call phone number somewhere at the top. And I'm not seeing one here. Let's see, how far do I have to go to find your... So it's not even on the home page, which is an issue. So you definitely want people to be able to find your phone number very quickly. And almost 70% of your visitors are going to statistically be on their phones. And so you really do want that big click to call phone number that someone could just click on and call you right up. It's going to help with the conversion of visitors to actual customers. May seem silly, but it's true. So then the next thing is content. How many words are on the page and are they relevant to what you do? You've got some great words in here. They're very much relevant, exactly what you do, exactly where you do it. That's a really good start. But you do want more content than this because Google sees content as king. Basically, Google thinks like if you have a bunch of words, like tons of words on your page that are all about this one subject, that must mean that you're an expert. That must mean that you have a lot of knowledge to share, and Google's all about sharing that knowledge, right? So basically you're going to want to increase the words on your page. Just talk about what you do, how you do it, those kinds of things. We suggest 3,000 words on your home page and 1,500 on the other pages to really set yourself apart from your competition as a subject matter expert in Google's eyes. And then finally, the photos. So if I right click on an image, click Save Image As, I can see that this image was saved as image 0524. That's not helpful. What you want to do is actually re-upload all of these images, but not before renaming them and saving them as specific key phrases that people are typing into Google when they are looking for your services and they're in your service area. And I'll show you how to find those keywords, those key phrases, and I'll show you a few that you might be interested in using in just a minute. But first, I'm going to go over here to this, this tool right here. This is called Ahrefs, and it's a tool that we use to get an in-depth look into how a website is performing, because it's one thing for a website to look nice, but it's a whole other thing for it to actually function as a lead generation machine. So this gives us some valuable insights into how it's performing and if it's doing its job or not. So your UR score here is your URL rating, basically the exact page we put in here. How trustworthy does Google think your page is? And it thinks it's like 14 out of 100, which is decent actually. And this is a pretty expectable, normal, I'd say average mark there, and that's good. Your DR score is 90, and that is an extremely impressive number. Unfortunately, it is inflated because your site is a Google site. So Google does trust your site because it's the one that made it, but it's not actually going to put you ahead because of that. So this is an inflated score. Your DR, if you had it on its own domain, which I do suggest that you move it over to an actual domain rather than having it on a Google hosted platform, so that you can build your own credibility with Google and so that it'll actually give you a chance to show up there, because it basically sees its own websites as sort of just like quick websites to just have one, and it doesn't see it as very valuable. And then over here we have backlinks and referring domains. So this is how we will how we would raise this score and this score if you were on your own domain with backlinks. And so a backlink is a link that goes from any other website back to your website, and a referring domain is any website that has one of those links on it. So you have 0 referring domains sending 0 links to you right now. And then you have 0 organic keywords that you're showing up for. So an organic keyword is any phrase that a person could type into Google and then have you show up organically in the first 100 search results. Being on the 11th result, though, is just about as bad as not existing at all. You really want to be in those top 10. So let's head over and see some keywords that you might find helpful. So what I did was I used the same tool, but for a different thing that it does. I stuck in I really just copied and pasted the areas that you listed as places that you service. And then I typed concrete and mason, because I think that you do some masonry work, although I'm not sure about that, like some pavers. Oh, I should have put pavers too. What am I doing? I will put in pavers in a moment. But okay, so we got concrete contractor, Denver. That one's a decent one. It's actually pretty good. It has something that you do, and it has something that someplace that you do it. So that's a good one. 250 people are typing this into Google on average every month. So that's a decent amount of people actually. But its KD, or keyword difficulty, is a little bit higher than we like to go after for beginners. So we really like to go after keyword difficulty of less than 5. And basically what KD, or keyword difficulty, means is on a scale from 0 to 100, how difficult does this tool Ahrefs think it would be to get to that first page, those top 10 results. And this is a 13, and that may not seem very high, and it really isn't that high, but it's a little higher than we like to go after at first. Okay, and then we have Denver Masonry. This has got a 4, so that's a pretty good one, and it's got 200 volume, but like I said, I wasn't sure that you do masonry work, so I didn't feel like that was an appropriate one to focus on for this, for the rest of this video. I've got these other tabs I already prepared. And then Parker Concrete, that would be a good one, except I'm not certain that Parker is, when it's saying Parker Concrete, I'm not absolutely certain that that's Parker, Colorado. So I didn't want to go after that one until I knew more about it. Then we have Concrete Patios, Denver. This one I did like a lot. I know for a fact it's something that you do, somewhere that you do it. It's got a 0 KD, which is nice, and it's got 150 people searching for it, which is pretty good. So when I type Concrete Patios, Denver into Google, this is what I get. Normally there's some ads at the top, but most people skip those. And then we have the map pack. That's what this area here is. So what that is it's the top 3 local results for any particular search term in an area that the person is searching in. So how you get up into the map pack is a little different. So I'll take a sidebar and I'll tell you how to do that before I go on to talking about the organic results down here. So how you get into the map pack is with citations. A citation is similar to a backlink in that it kind of loans you credibility from another website, but instead of being a link from another website back to yours, a citation is a listing of your name, address, and phone number exactly the way that they're listed on your Google My Business listing. So what you want to do is go into Google, type your own business's name and your phone number if just your name isn't enough. And it should pop up with a little thing on this side of the screen that has a picture, like your name, address, phone number, and a couple of pictures, maybe a map, right? So what will happen is you want to claim that. You want to go in and make sure that all of that information is correct. specifically your name, address, and phone number. And then you want to go to different directories like Yelp, Yext, City Star, White Pages, Yellow Pages, Facebook, all these different directories all over the internet. And you want to list your information, your name, address, and phone number. Very important, those three parts, spelled exactly the same way as you spell it on your Google My Business. And that will help to rank you, get you further up into the results, and that's going to help you if you get into the top 3 for any particular search term in any particular area, and someone searches for it, you will end up in the top 3, and that's the first page, and that will help you get more visitors to your website. I'm tongue-tied today, which is great. Okay, so then that's nice, but not nearly as nice as being down here in the organic section. So the first, this tends to be get about 30% of all the searches that come to this site. So it's really good to be here. Sorry for all the uhs. I don't know what's up with me today. So dang it. Yelp is here first. Google would prefer to show a local result over a directory result, but it didn't see this local result as being worthy, basically, of being in the first position. So we are going to want to beat them out and by a good amount. So, but we can still go in here and see, okay, why is it that this place, Denver Concrete Artisans, why is it that they're showing up on the first page and we're not? They must be doing something right, but not enough because they're not in the first page. So we want to do what they're doing, but do it better than they do. So the amount of content I'm checking right now, they've got some content, but not anywhere near that 3,000 word minimum we were talking about. And then if I right click on their image, click Save Image As, I can see whether or not they saved it properly, and they did not. So they're not taking advantage of that ability to save their images as keywords. And then if I throw them into the tool that I have here, we can see this is a more normal looking score. Your score with the really high number here, like I said, was inflated. They've got a smaller UR score, and so that shows you just how much it was inflated, because if your numbers really were like that, you would have been in the first place. So backlinks, they've got a couple of referring domains. They've got 56 organic keywords. So this is fun. We can actually go in here and see what it is that they're showing up for, and think about whether there's something that we want to show up for too. Is let's see, where's a good one? Patio Contractors Denver. That one's probably not that great because there's only 10 people searching for it. So I do want to say it really quick. Okay, Denver Concrete Patios, there's 20. Concrete Patio Denver, there's 70. So those are good. But I want to warn you real fast as you're looking for keywords to make sure that it has both something you do and a place that you do it in the keyword itself. Because otherwise, like this one, Refinishing Concrete Patios, it's got 150 volume, 10 KD. This seems like a fairly decent one. The trouble is, of those 150 people that are typing this in every single month, how many of them are going to be in the Denver area? Very little, because most likely they're going to be in Los Angeles, Chicago, or New York, where most of the searches happen. So you really want to be the ones that have Denver or one of the other smaller cities around there. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation for you. This is my phone number and my email address. Definitely make sure if there's something that you take away from here, I'd like it to be these 3 things. Increase relevant content on your site, 3,000 words on the homepage, 1,500 or more on the other pages. Implement backlinks and to rank for high volume keywords like Concrete Patios Denver that have what you do and where you do it. And add citations, your name, address, and phone number to directories to boost your GMB listing, your Google My Business listing, to the top of the map so you can show up on that first page of results and get more potential clients to your website. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to going over what you learned and seeing if this was helpful, and if you plan to implement these things into your business. I'd be interested to know. So thank you so much, and bye.